So, talking about health, back to the basics of human health. I have a book here on fasting manual, and then we just talk about all these different things. You welcome to the Sister Circle, and we are known here as the Connecticut Housewives.
And Housewives of Connecticut.
All right, so I'm Nubia, and this is my natural born sister,
Ajua.
Ajwa. So I'm not sure. I can barely hear you. You might have to get a little bit closer to your laptop thing, but
Oh,
let me know if you can hear me. Hopefully, loud and clear. Yeah. So
I hear you loud. How about now? Is that better?
better. Don't make me
All
play.
right.
Don't make me play the Beatles. Better. So it's 51 degrees here in Connecticut. I know. It's probably in the 80s for
Ooh.
you. What's your temperature I'm gonna say Tampa, in Texas.
I know it's more. It said, my watch it says 78 degrees.
78. Okay, that's nice. I actually had two plants
78.
that I put outside on the porch yesterday on purpose because my husband, and my girls, when they were here, they love to look at the weather ahead of time, and so we knew it was going to be raining
Yeah.
yesterday. So I told you before, we had a big plant on the left side and another plant on the right hand side, tall, like over,
Mm-hmm.
probably taller than I am. And so we had
Wow.
my husband and my son put them on the porch yesterday, and then I ended up adjusting them myself because you know how your husband and your son, they're like, no, it's fine right there. I'm like, it's not getting any water. So here I am picking it up and putting it on the second step down so that the
Oh
rain can
boy.
come in. And then I could see the leaves were getting wet, and the plant was probably like,
Yeah.
yes, real water all the way through, soak me through.
Exactly.
So
Yes.
maybe I'll have to take a picture afterwards and send it to you. But yeah.
Okay.
So oh boy, so we might as well just jump right in because so my sister talked about she was going to text me at 2:30 in the morning because I'm not going to say misery loves company, but but I told her, and I think I suggested to, hey, Miss Sasha, hello lady.
Hi,
I
Sasha.
was saying to her to jump into Netflix. This darn thing has 60 episodes. And I really loved it because it's a love story, it's drama, it's not too much of this or too much of that. And I just love the backdrop of Colombia, and they had a farm and acreage and workers. And so okay, tell us what episode are you on, even though you just started it yesterday?
How dare you? First of all, let me just start by how dare you? If you say you love me, why would you have me go to a novella that has 60 episodes?
I told you ahead of time,
Seriously?
and I don't even, why you refer it to novella, because I know your husband's from Mexico, but I don't understand the whole. It's not novella channel. It was Netflix. So what? I don't understand
It, a novella is like a novel. It's like a drama
in
story.
Spanish.
Novela en
Okay, so but
español.
it was on
Sí.
Netflix, and you do have to read. So I mean, you when you first popped in here before you did your hair and everything, you was looking like you really do need it. I said, okay. I said, 3 hours to go, 1 hour away from live,
Mm.
30 minutes to live, and then she's like, I'm not coming. I'm like, what do you mean? Like really? Like you're not that on me at the
I
last
was
minute? Like
talking
no.
because I had the audacity to put it on like late. Anyway, well, actually, no. Papa and I
Yeah, you
started
guys
early,
started
huh?
early,
We were
like we were
talking
like
to
dinner time.
you. Let's just say I got him ready for bed and still watched. So there's that. Matter of fact, he's in the media room right now catching up.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you that was the thing is, and so then I think I went to do something over on Snapchat. So I have a
Mm,
family Snapchat for my husband, my and all four children. Then I have one for just daughters
mm,
because if I want to send them something and it looks all too swanky and too much skin showing on a female, then I send it just to my daughters. And then sometimes I
yeah.
send my husband and my son just about cars, and I'll even include our brother when it has to do with the car or whatever. So I went over
Mm-hmm.
there, and they have AI on Snapchat. Everything has an AI now. So it said, you can
Mm-hmm.
ask me any question. Like, and it said, what movies do you want a movie suggestion? And I was putting in different suggestions.
Oh.
That genre needs to move up. It needs to open up a little bit more because I love
Mm-hmm.
romantic comedy. I love movies like Love of My Life. I wrote it down so I don't have to keep remembering. Love of My Life because
Oh yeah.
it has so much. Sasha, you should go watch it. We need to have more books. I'm not
Wait.
sure
You.
what type of
Mm,
books Sasha is interested in writing because I know she's a writer. But I want romantic comedy with.
This is a love novel, and it's got so much drama in it. Like,
But the
I
way it
mean,
started off with them running through the field, and I'm like, oh,
so
yes.
innocent.
So it's just
Yeah.
charming. And then to have a story where a mom is not dying from crack, not too much drug dealing or even no drug dealing. I mean,
Mm. Oh, just borderline slavery.
well,
But other than that,
that
it's
was
great.
they're working on the plantation for pennies, but not even plantation. They're working
Yeah.
on all that land. That anyway, I don't want to give it away. You got to go watch it. But there needs to be more books
Yeah.
that are like um just deep and rich. And I love the whole scenery of the Columbia and the old cars. And it was in the late 30s, So there's a whole genre that has not really fully been tapped into,
It took a long while for it to get to like 10 years later or whatever years later. Because I was like, or a few days. I think initially I'm like, well, how many? Where are we? What is this, when is this happening? Kind of thing. It's kind of hard initially to keep track until you can watch the clothing change.
I just love. I think I'm never in a rush, even though I just want to keep watching, because I love the clothing. I love the hairstyles. I love watching the background of how they prepared the room, the foods that they eat, all that. So I just try and take in everything and not let it go away. I even like movies like Pride and Prejudice. If there were more of that, where they're not showing us as slaves, just being truthful about that, because we there's plenty of storylines.
Because we're so much more than that. Yeah.
So there's a whole genre of that. So look, if I could just have a writing coach to sit down and I would talk her through, and then I would like to see this, and then this, and then this, and this. Have a team. I know, but I am the type of person. I'm a group person, sort of, kind of, on certain things, as far as staying motivated. Like matter of fact, I was just, the lady I listened to before 12 o'clock, or 12 o'clock. So she's always telling you that in the beginning stages of doing things, she did it by herself. And then after that, when she had a team, of course, everything ran so much more smoothly because she's on her second book, I think, but she now has an editing person and she now has a person who does this and this and that, and help her do now marketing the book. So all those things are so important. I think, so yeah, for me, it's just staying motivated. If I had a circle of people that I could meet for lunch and yeah, I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna get her done because so much stuff. Hi. So we're live on Connecticut Housewives. Oh, that wasn't your granddaughter. That was Danny.
Oh no, definitely not. So now I got an email. You know what? This is really sad, but I actually have no earthly idea what the Wi-Fi is here. It's like I lived there for 10 years. And I'm pretty sure it's only changed maybe 2 or 3 times, and I still don't remember what it is.
In my phone.
Email it to me.
I mean, I know. I mean to have mine in the phone because that's where I kind of keep it. But let's what Miss Sasha saying.
Yeah.
She says you could collaborate to create an anthology. Yes, that would be so fun and take the brunt off of marketing and publishing costs. Yes, I'm actually doing my 3rd anthology now, and that should be out any minute. And so anyway, the lady who's in charge of that anthology, who's my 3rd anthology, which is aging well over 50, she
would it be an anthologist?
Well, I know, right? I don't know. But she texted me yesterday and she said, Did you send over your revisions? I'm like, 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. So I don't know. Even if it comes out somewhere around, I think it was supposed to come out somewhere around March. We're in mid-March now. But even if it's April or June, I'm not, I'm not in a rush. I just but the next book needs to be a full book by me. Or something, another anthology. Let's do it, Sasha. Let's do the anthology together. What are we gonna do it on? So I like looking for different time period movies. I guess that's the kind that I like Bridgerton without all the smut, without all.
Oh my gosh, they sure went a different direction than I expected.
Pride and Prejudice and Emma and I have all those other things. They're all on my phone. The list of.
You like Anne with the E. I watched that whole series too. That was nice and pure. I like that. I watched it. With myself.
Okay. I just, me wanting to have grandkids is like, you know, before before I,
These kids nowadays are if they could find like they're into anime and
yeah.
stuff like that.
Well, mine were too.
Then
Mine were too.
you know all the whole Pureflix things that I watch. Sometimes my granddaughter will come. My grandson is absolutely not interested in watching any TV shows. He's just a video kid. Period. The two youngest ones, we just want to play with Mima. So
I'm watching you know what? When
uh-huh.
you live in a neighborhood and you know your UPS lady, I know her when I see her. I might as well just know her name because I saw her. I went out to dinner one time, my husband and I, and then I saw my UPS lady. And then sometimes you see people
Yeah.
walking. Yours is a closed-in community, but I don't live in a big area. But when you see people walking, it's like, oh, she's back out walking again for it's now springtime. You can see.
Spring has
Yes,
sprung and we're walking right.
praise God for that. But so yeah, so what else we have? So what besides the fact that you were super tired, you didn't tell me what's version of,
Because I'm not telling you the episode. First of all, because you did this to me. 60. This is like watching Celia all over again. Celia was like 88. I don't know, 88, 66, something. A lot of episodes.
So that's where we need to be on a tropical island. Well, first of all, enjoying the tropical island, but then just have somebody bring us in food and virgin pina coladas, that fresh coconut water,
yes,
and then things, yeah. But
I can't tell you how many virgin pina coladas I had, and I'm telling you, I still ended up losing weight.
Well, you know what? Everybody says that you can leave the United States, eat the same exact foods here that you eat in Europe or Africa or some other, and lose weight, and come back to the States, and then gain it back.
Yeah, right away. With some cousins.
They bring along their yeah. Sasha said love animes and they have good taste. Yeah.
And then they have like Asian novellas. They have Asian dramas. Yeah, and Lord,
I didn't even finish the one Asian one. It was really good. Because I wanted
but also the Indians from India also have some good ones too. I'm thinking,
they have some really good stuff. So I have my television over here. I'm like, why can't I see this being live? I don't understand. Maybe if I
so I saw it.
No, but I mean, I'm on this is my television screen over here to the left. I guess
you can.
I don't know. I don't know. So anyway. So any appointments for Dad? Any appointments for Daddy today?
So not today. He had labs yesterday. I thought he had an appointment also yesterday, but I put it in the wrong spot. It was actually supposed to be for this upcoming Wednesday. So he's got I want to say it's hemo on Wednesday and then Reno on Monday, the upcoming Monday. Yeah, so never a dull moment. So I got a phone call today for an appointment for myself for an MRI, and guess when they wanted to schedule the appointment for? September. Yeah. So all I can say is, we used to be able to do everything we needed to with the military. Now they're trying to privatize everything and send you outsourcing. Just give me the doctors that I'm familiar with. I don't want to do that, but I don't want to wait to September for an MRI.
Happened to me. By the time I got in there for my shoulder, I was healed. I was healed miraculously. I won't say miraculously, but I was healed. I mean, but that's April is next week, pretty much. And
if you're healed, it's a miracle. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
but time is a healer. But yes, I do believe. So, but by the time I got the MRI, I was already like 8 months in the pain. In the pain.
Oh no! Oh girl, you know what? It says it right here on the 31st, but because the 24th and the 31st are on the same block, I feel like a blockhead. Oh Lord. Yeah, so the whole time it was correct. Hey, is that better as far as lighting?
For you? Yeah, why would you do?
Yeah. I just pushed the pretty button.
I need that button. Where is it?
It's like I said, oh Lord.
Oh,
now it needs light.
Okay.
And then there was light.
Yeah, that's over there behind me. But I'm facing the window, so if, like I said, you have the nice window behind you. If you were facing it, then the light would be directly on you.
Oh, facts.
Yep. So
I had YouTube up and I went and started fiddle faddling somewhere else, and now I'm like, where's the YouTube part? It's like, where'd
so
it
the other
go?
thing, I started off by saying back to basics with human health. So this book,
Uh-huh.
the holistic lady that I go to on
Mm-hmm.
Thursdays, she yeah, it says avoiding the fads, trends, and bold-faced lies. Why the low-fat diet has made our nation fatter.
Mm.
Why more Americans than ever are fatigued, overweight, and depressed, and why the vitamins off the shelf aren't giving you the results you want. So I had to put down
Mm-hmm.
a twenty
Hands
dollar
up.
I know, right? A $20 retainer for the book.
Mm.
And I went to Amazon to look it up. It's like $12. I'm like, okay, all right, I'm gonna get my $20 back and I'm gonna go buy the book myself.
But you know what? They have Books a Million. They have all kinds of other book places. We don't have to always go to the
Well,
big A.
that's true, but I don't live in a major big city like you do because our books is ours called BAM now? We still have BAM. I guess I could go and look for it there. Matter of fact,
Barnes and
we don't
Noble. We
have
have
that.
Barnes and Noble.
You know, yeah, you know my area. I'd have
Oh,
to drive to like Rhode Island,
mm,
Providence, or you know, yeah, I'd
horrible.
have to drive.
That's horrible.
Well, I mean, so
Like, it's like people like, hello, excuse me, people in my area
well,
read
I
too.
wouldn't,
You know.
and I guess they would have probably, Walmart too, but I'm not shopping in Walmart either or Target right now. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I like the small town feel. I really do. I just yeah. So I'll look someplace else before I shop on Amazon to find it. Yeah,
Yeah, please.
absolutely. I mean, yeah,
So
yeah.
they get plenty of. They used to get plenty of my money. Now it's like, you know what? I like to find some mom and pop shops that need some money and
Yeah,
go that
that's the
route.
first choice.
So,
I
mm-hmm.
love it. I saw this one lady yesterday on. I know you said that somebody TikTok is their favorite spot, and they have a lot of good
Yeah.
educational.
Yep.
I don't know if you want to tell that story, but it was she was talking about all the political stuff, and I'm not really like
Mhm.
heavily deep into it, but my head is also not in the sand, and so she was
Right.
making a lot of good points. Um, yeah, and I like so you can buy
Oh.
books and you can buy a lot of things on
Mhm.
TikTok now.
So yeah, and so I know, I love that. So they have half price books. They have book outlet, thrift books, Abe's books, anything books you could think of. They have
Yeah,
multiple
but I'd
places you
have to
can go to
put
get some
books
books.
near me because that's not.
Book bubs, book
Yeah, I
bubs.
never heard that. But that, like I said,
Mm-hmm.
you're in Texas. Everything's big in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So I like I said, I'd have to go at least an hour or so further out to get to a good bookstore that might have some of these things. But yeah, nice.
But things like thrift book, all these things are online. You can go online and order
Okay,
these
that's right.
things.
That's right. Why do I forget that
Mhm.
Amazon's not the only oh my goodness.
Exactly.
My planter
What?
thing is out in the middle of the street. I mean, it came from Job
What?
Lot. Yeah,
Oh
Lord.
Lord. I heard that job lot's going away. That like they're
Yeah,
Joanne Fabrics,
Our
Job
Joanne's
Lot,
Fabrics left probably 3 or 4 years ago.
Macy's. I think Macy's is on the
Macy's
chopping
been
block
gone here for a
also.
long time too. JC Penney's is gone.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Mm. Think we still have. I think we still have. I know we still have Macy's, but I don't know if we still have JCPenney. I'm pretty sure. Actually, yeah, we do. We do. We have so many malls here.
uh,
It's crazy. And the fact that people actually still go to the malls, like, wow, you go to malls, like you can shop
oh, I went
online
to
and
the
get it
mall,
for.
our mall here. You don't have to say it out loud, but man, it was like the two Asian American food was still in there.
Mhm.
Everybody else is gone. Watching this thing get ran over
Wow.
and stuff. I'm sorry.
Mm.
And then
I hope it wasn't
yeah, no, it's like you
expensive.
get it from Job Lot for $5, and it comes with a little lid on top, like kind of like similar to this type of thing.
Mhm. Oh yeah, I was gonna say if it's 20 bucks or
Yeah,
more, go get it.
no, this is,
I'll
and
wait.
it was like the back is way bigger, as big as our whole screen. Well, as big as as long as my arms, and it had a lid, and
Oh
it was
yeah.
black. But
Hmm.
so I think
Oh,
like
okay.
I
Hmm.
might have paid $5. It might be $10 now. This lady's dog is out of
Yeah.
control. Wow.
Hello,
I know a lot
pre-burn
of stuff going on
focus.
out there today. Okay. So anyhow,
You don't normally sit there
well, I
either,
was here
so
last week. I sat in the same spot last week, but I was more attentive because of the window. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know seeing all those pictures and everything in the background.
Well,
That's fine.
I probably had a different angle because sometimes I do the angle on purpose because the
Mm.
TV is
Mm-hmm.
right here and the
Yep.
window is right over here, and I didn't want you to be distracted from the window, so that's why I kind of put it right in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want you to tell me what episode, and I'm gonna let you. I know we don't have to stay on as long as we normally do because, do you have any new products? I know you're tired.
I do not. No, nothing new this week. Thinking, you know.
I told you my husband ordered me a new tag, right? Or maybe he put my old tags in here. Maybe that's what that is. Because it says Department of Motor Vehicle.
You can just drop it off, can you? Oh, it's not. You know what? It used to be nearby, but now you guys have to go all the way to three towns down.
Over. Yeah.
Good Lord. Yeah.
So I know we haven't talked about dental. Man, I still haven't found my tooth over here, and I need to go ahead and get a bridge thing for the upper part over here.
So Beto broke a cap, or is that what you call it? Cap or crown? What do you call it? And poor guy. It's just so jagged. He said he's probably at the dentist's office now, but he went yesterday and they couldn't see, as a walk-in, and they couldn't see him. So then he had to come back today. He worked for a little while. He's going back to get it squared away. I forgot that fast. I was asking what the passcode is for the house.
Is the lady that's Daddy's helper? Is she?
He's waiting for it. Yeah. So and he didn't respond back, and that's odd.
Oh well, maybe like you say, he's in the chair. Maybe. That's funny. We're getting older. It's so easy to get sidetracked nowadays.
I know. What the world? So
I'm putting it in my phone too, see if it comes up.
Okay. But yeah, so long story short is that tooth is so jagged that he couldn't eat on that side, and it was cutting up his tongue. I said, "Oh look," I said, "Go put your mouthpiece in," because we have mouthpieces, right? I'm a grinder, and I guess he grinds too. Long story short was, I said, "Put it in all day until you get it fixed," So he took it out, of course, like during the daytime and suffered, and then came home and put it back in. I'm thinking, thank God, thank God I have never had a cavity. I can't imagine, having something quote fingers fixed and then bite into something and then it's not fixed.
Yeah, I've had that situation. I even had them give me a cap on my tooth, grind it down on both sides. But that thing, by the time I even got to my car or got up, it just dissolved in my mouth, and I'm like, and then they tried it again, and it lasted for a year.
You should get your money back. You should not have to pay for a second one when you go back.
But the second one fell out. The second one was cap, and it fell off like a year later. It fell off in my mouth, and I just gathered all. I said, "Give me all 6 of my files. Give me all 6 of my files." Wrapped them bad boys up, and we're
done here.
Went to another dentist.
Yeah. So my husband has those. So I told him, I said, thank the Lord we were in the military, because you would be expensive, your mouth. So, but he's got gold in there. He told me when he bites the bucket to pop out the gold in his mouth.
You sure he wasn't born in our neighborhood?
He said, "Pop the gold out his mouth." I said, "Oh Lord!" So when this one actually broke, I said, "You need to go tell him you want solid gold."
No platinum.
I figured, go ahead. If you have to get it fixed, build it up for mama.
But those things now, I wouldn't see. I don't want to have all those extra things in my mouth because it's anything that's not supposed to be in there foreign. I don't want it in there.
Yeah.
I guess the lady was working that building over there, and she took her dog out to walk him, and he was running and dragging her ragged. And so now she came back. I guess she put him in the car. I'm sure the window's cracked. But I'm like,
so I have someone here helping in the house, and I have my puppy outside. I shouldn't say out loud because my husband will probably call and say, "Bring him inside." But I don't.
We are in no we have no fear at all that your husband's going to be watching us from the beginning to the end on this podcast.
You're not wrong. It's getting kind of warm in here. I know
I'm getting warm too.
Man.
Look, I'd have to call my son downstairs to open the window for me. He's like, "Mommy, you're sitting right in front of the window."
I feel my kids. Maybe they'll actually tell me what the passcode is, because I honestly have no idea what the passcode is.
Yeah.
None. So let's see here. Let's see if I get an email. I have an email because I'm on the phone.
That's funny.
Let me try to do the restream on my laptop so I can use my phone to ask them. Excuse me, can you help me?
How you gonna do that?
Hang on. Join the restream. It's thinking.
Okay. So while she's doing that, I'm looking in this Coramia. So my new toaster oven is called Coramia. Oh yeah, that's what it looks like.
Coramia.
Double doors.
That's a cook. That's the oven.
Toaster oven.
Oh my goodness! It gets fancy
like this. Because RJ, my son eats a lot of chicken. They like chicken pockets from Costco's. Well, that's a nice old car. Wow.
Whoa. Trying to adjust my thing. I'm
making everybody hungry. Look at this. This is the eggplant.
Oh, that looks delicious. It's a nightshade, but they are yummy.
What exactly is the full definition of nightshade?
So nightshades are plants that actually have a certain chemical that's not really particularly great for our body, even though it has nutrition in it. But nightshades are things like bell peppers and I can't recall whether or not a tomato is, but just certain things. Actually, let me see if I can.
Girl, you could be looking for your password. I'm gonna look up nightshade.
Oh
yeah, I had my friend that used to live here, and her family were I think I want to say vegan. I get vegan and vegetarian mixed up, and she would always refer to them being certain foods being nightshades.
Yeah.
Oh,
I see. Sasha's hello, ladies. Okay, and so let me see. Can you hear me on my?
Okay. Oh, because you have two things open, so you gotta switch over real quick. So while she's trying to figure that out, turn the music on the phone. Oh, okay. So now she's trying to come in a different way. Let's see here.
I'll just
Good day. Could you off the phone? Here she comes. Maybe I'll kick you. Oh, I was going to kick you out. All right.
How's that?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay. So now I'm trying to text them to find out what is.
Make sure you. Ooh, cauliflower, cashew e pepe. Cauliflower. So there's really actually a lot of different subjects I always want to talk about, but I always feel like it's just so. Hello, praise the Lord. I feel like it would be. I don't know. I'm not trying to be controversial, but oh my goodness, so many things going on. Does your son still have that Tesla? I hope he needs to get rid of it.
So trust me, he wants to, but because Musk did that whole
yeah. His they said yesterday that his shareholders and his board members are selling off stocks, and he's begging them not to because he's losing like $200 billion right now because nobody's buying or selling. Maybe your phone is still. I don't show you on the screen here, but your phone, you might have to turn it off and turn it back on. Oh, okay. She clicked off. All right. I need to have lunch with Miss Holly and Miss Sasha together separately. That would be fun. Fun, fun, fun. Yeah. So this world, I keep looking at different places to go, like Portugal, Brazil. Those are all nice places that people are patriotizing themselves. Um, am I hungry? I don't know. Here I am still looking and going through the picture. That looks so good, doesn't it? Fried plantain. Oh, or it says banana fries. Banana fries. But yeah, we appreciate you guys being here today. It's 30 minutes. I don't know what your schedule looks like, Holly, but I have my sister watching a show called Love of My Life on Netflix. There's 60 episodes. And she said, "You don't love me." It's really a good show though. Okay, here she comes back in again.
Yeah. So I heard you say Portugal, and then here I am back again.
Yeah, I was telling while I was waiting for you to pack back in, I was telling Holly to go watch the 60 episodes from the Netflix Love of My Life.
Oh
Come
gosh.
on in, we can have a talk about it.
Oh boy.
I love it. It's good. Oh, so nightshades. Now that you're back.
So nice, yes.
Nightshades are tomatoes, eggplants, potatoes. Yeah.
Yep.
So like this says 47.
Bell peppers. Mm-hmm.
Sweet chili peppers, mandrakes, some stuff I've never even heard of. Ground cherry. So all right. So I don't know. I mean exactly what is in it. That's habanero. There's also petunia.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Solandra. Does anybody else in the chat can tell us a little bit more about nightshades? Let's see. Anyway, so you said Daddy doesn't have any more appointments. I know, guys. We do appreciate you being here with us because we are all over the place. 1 minute we'd be talking about one thing, next minute we're talking about another thing. So that was it. Nightshades.
I'll be right back. I gotta get this fast food in. Oh, what are you gonna do? I mean.
Oh, you found it? Your kids emailed you? Okay. I love it. That would be my son also. So my sister already knows. So this weekend, I did a golf expo on Thursday, and I think that they went from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And because I helped pack up some bags for the golf expo, they gave us free passes, but then I couldn't go back because I went to a funeral on Saturday. One of my husband's uncles passed away, 93 years old. I think he would have been this year, and lived a long, prosperous life. So that was, families always get together. It seems like for weddings and for funerals and maybe for baby showers, and we're all spread out. So we had to drive from Connecticut to New York, and it was nice. It was very, very memorable, very memorable. I love the fact that she didn't really have a lot of people do any solos for singing, but they had a person that they had hired, or maybe he was from the church, and he played the cello, and it was so beautiful, so beautiful. The one song that runs through all the weddings in our families is Ave Maria. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of that song, but it's very beautiful. And Rob's father, I thought his mother sang at our wedding, but my sister remembered that his father, which we called Dada, he sang at our wedding. I was going to look up the song Ave Maria.
Oh, sing it.
To the golf expo on Thursday, and they had it Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But I went to the funeral on Saturday, and then we cleaned our yard on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the gentleman, he came this morning at he didn't come yesterday because it rained. He was supposed to come yesterday at 8:00 in the morning.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, okay, it rained, and we forgot to exchange phone numbers, but he didn't show up on Monday. But he sure enough showed up today at 7:55, and by the time we were already dressed. by the time we could get downstairs and my husband opened the door, he
Yeah.
pulled out the driveway. He was gone. I was like,
Oh,
no.
goodness.
So my son has stuff to do today. I'm like, okay, don't leave between 1 and whatever because I'm on this live. I can't. But he hasn't shown up, and I don't have his phone number. So I hopefully he shows up again tomorrow and gives us another chance. I don't know. And my husband's like, if what we should have done was once we knew he was in the backyard, excuse me, open the back door. It's okay. I'll be out in 1 second. That's what we should have done.
Yeah.
My husband put on his shoes. He was putting on his coat, and the guy. He's
You're
like,
learning to people have things to do, you know. And it's not like your summertime outside. It was kind of cool.
It was nice out there, but we could have opened the back door and said, "Okay, give me a second. I'll be out there."
Yeah.
And plus, he said that he did have a bunch of wood in the back, so I'm not sure how he would have got all of our stuff back there.
Yeah.
And my husband did go down to that local store right down the street, the gas station, and he wasn't there either. That's where I met him. We drove by him. He was at the gas station.
You probably went there first.
Had my husband turn around and go talk to him.
Oh Lord.
So hopefully he will return again, give us another chance. But
yeah,
you can easily rent a U-Haul truck. That easy, and we haven't done it yet. For like $19 a day, and then put all the stuff in there and take it to the dump.
Right.
But who knows? If he takes his strength and my son's strength or whatever, and he had one guy working with him, that's so much faster. It guarantees it'll get done, and it might cost way more than $19.99 for sure. I'm sure. But anywho, you live and you learn.
Yeah, I have a mattress leaning on my dresser upstairs, waiting to go to the dump. And it's like, I'm like, okay, so I know it's a fee, but can you just get rid of it? The same thing with the what do you call that? Futon. The futon was falling apart. The metal, you lay down, you feel it. Sit down, you feel the metal. So we ultimately got rid of that. But why couldn't you have gotten rid of the mattress the same time you got rid of the futon? I don't.
Yeah, we made a whole list. We made a whole list, and then and put them all together. But so this morning when that happened, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna pick up my book, and I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm just gonna pray and keep my mouth shut. That's what I'm gonna do.
There you go.
So this was called Praying for Your Husband from Head to Toe.
Thank you for my little snapshots.
And you know what? That was the very first one I sent you in the highlighted in yellow. That was today's passage. I had just read it when you sent me when I read your thing saying, "You don't love me." I'm like, "Forgive me." And the scripture was on forgiveness, and I thought that was so hilarious. I didn't even pick it out.
I said, "You don't love me." I said, "I should call you right now."
Yeah. Exactly. And then I'm like, laugh out loud, ha ha ha. You're like, yes, yeah, ha ha ha. So I don't know. So we're 37 minutes in. We can end early today. I do appreciate all you people who are on here. But if you are married, Miss Sasha, this is a good book. Where is it? How do you do it? There we go. Praying for your husband from head to toe. I love it because it goes from, let's see if I can remember, the mind, the eyes, the ears, and then it goes from the mouth, the neck, the shoulder, the heart. And then from there, it prays for the arm. Did I say shoulder? I said shoulder.
You did.
Shoulder. Again, and then the or arm, the hand, the ring finger, and then from the ring finger it goes to
the heart.
No, I already said heart. Ring finger, it goes to like your legs, your knees, and your feet.
I have that same one. I
know you do.
I glanced in my room yesterday and didn't see it on the bookshelf. I still have not replaced the bookshelf that had fallen out of my office here, but I'm pretty sure that it's probably in one of these boxes.
You guys will just go ahead on and buy another one, because by the time you find the other one, you could give it to your daughter-in-law, and then who knows when, and so on and so on. Because I need to do the same thing and send them, put them aside for each one of my children, so when they get married, each one of my daughters can get one, and then
like create a little wife basket.
And one day when I have a daughter-in-law for my son, then I'll give her a book too. I don't know who's watching, not watching, but my son has a friend that they've been friends since they were like 3 or 4, because
Mm-hmm.
the other family used to go to a co-op with us,
Yeah.
and then as they got older, they and she was also a debutante, a junior debutante for one of my daughters,
Wow.
and so then as they got older, they I don't know, just maybe flirted around with each other, but they're still just friends. And then she started dating other people, and every time she dates somebody else, she kicks my son to the curb. Like, he's your bestie. Like, he was like, even though she's a girl, I'm
Mm.
like, and this has happened a couple times. I'm like, you need
Yeah,
to.
I'd be good.
I know. And so now today there's a photo shoot that she invited him to a photo shoot. I'm like, yeah, when you get there, you need to come back and tell me. I'm curious as whether or not she broke up with her boyfriend, because they don't like, none of her boyfriends like my son. I'm like, that's a character flaw on their problem, on their part, that they and
It's,
they're 2 years older than my son, and they could drive at the time. Even when he couldn't drive, they still didn't like. I'm like, okay, okay. So go
mm-hmm.
have fun. When you're
Yeah.
midstream into the photo shoot, ask that question. I'm just curious, because he's, oh yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm like, okay, I can't wait either. I'm curious.
Oh no,
But,
so I was mistaken. Dr. Russell is on 26th,
oh,
and Reno is on Monday the 31st.
okay. I was saying, you and I need to get us a virtual assistant. Look at these. They survived throughout the whole winter.
This is my what? That's amazing. This is my virtual assistant.
I know. But we need to have virtual assistant. We need to have a, yeah. So I can't wait to put these outside and do something with them.
Yeah.
Let's see how organized. Let's see. I actually put a.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
So what are you? Tell us what you have there.
It says absolutely nothing, but I was organized enough to put it in there.
All right. Like you were almost there. You almost did have
Yeah,
the whole thing.
because
Getting to you.
I always think I'm gonna remember. That's why.
So bring it a little bit closer to see. It looks like cucumbers or something. Are you doing
No,
cucumbers
no.
again?
It's a new one that I had never grown before. No,
Mm. Oh, I see. I see. Okay.
it's kind of like,
Uh,
it's probably like a primrose. It's like a different kind of.
it's
Uh,
not spinach.
nope.
Okay.
It's something totally new. I bought new seeds from last year.
It's got some good moisture in there. I can tell you that.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'm looking on the laptop, and I can see it a whole lot better. It does resemble at least the ones I can see on the right hand side look like spinach.
Yeah, it's like a primrose or a um it's totally off the beaten path of what I would normally do.
So you got a lot of seedlings in there. So you got some separating to do, huh?
Yeah, or just throw them in there and see who
No.
see which ones last. Yeah. Sometimes
Mm,
I take it and you can split them apart.
yeah.
But I can't believe I didn't even hardly water them at all this winter, but they are in that little dome. And every once in a
Oh
while, we
yeah.
try and put a couple drops in there in a little hole on top.
It's like thirsty.
Yeah, yeah.
So I actually have some potatoes out there with the leaves are the stems and the leaves are real strong. They're looking good.
Mhm.
So I should have made it deeper, but I just want this is just you know
What kind of plant was it?
potato
Potatoes. Okay. Let's see. I kind
potato.
of wanna.
And it's so funny because some of the plants that I thought were dead came back to life. So now I feel bad that I tore up my blueberry bush thinking it was like deader than door now. It could have came back. I mean, if these things can rise up like Lazarus, I'm sure it could have came back.
And you just reminded me, because on Sunday I pulled up one of my hibiscus. Let me
Hmm.
see. Our
I
hibiscus.
pulled
I'm not
I
in
pulled
Florida or Texas, but the hibiscus should have been able to come back. I wonder, is hibiscus a perennial or an annual? Oh, it's a perennial. Oh no, I need to go. I need to go put it back in. It's halfway out the dirt because I pulled it out, and I'm like, wait a minute.
yeah.
If this is a perennial or an annual, so I left it
But
hanging.
the fact
But
that they come out every year by itself is amazing. Those are my favorite plants.
I know. But the thing is, I know that in Florida I had a hibiscus, and I can see it coming back every year because it doesn't really die.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm in Connecticut, so I'm thinking, oh, this stayed out here all winter. I don't even know.
Plus Florida had ample rain. You
Yeah.
know.
So
Mhm.
I might just stick it back in there and see what happens.
People have it too.
Either a perennial or an annual, depending on the variety and climate. Okay. With some hardy varieties thriving as that's what we're supposed to talk about today. Was we're supposed to have some seeds, and you're supposed to show me. But I showed you my seeds from last week. I want to.
I showed you my seeds from the last time we, from way back when. What is that? I've got a whole thing of seeds here. Like pick a type, any type. From lettuce to cabbage to lettuce, cabbage. I have one that says miscellaneous seeds, which means that when I spread it out, they got mixed up. I don't know what it is. I have parsley and peas and peppers. I have them alphabetical order because we're anal like that. You wouldn't think so looking around in this room right here, but
I know.
But radish
I need to throw my peas out there because this is Connecticut and peas are in a cold. I can't see them growing in Texas because it's so cold. It's so hot there.
I've never grown the peas per se. Let me think. But we did at church. We have a big old garden there, and we did them there before. They came out good.
Well, you have to probably do those back in December or something like that. November, December, January.
I'm late to the party for everything.
No, but I mean, if you did those at the church, that's probably when they did them. Would do them.
Probably. And then although I have the wonderful names on it, so I'll know what it is. I didn't put any like time frames where this one actually says 18 to 24 days before germination. But I didn't say like what season to plant. I need to start putting the seasons to plant these things because I have so many in here from watermelon to everything to think of, cantaloupe.
But if you have that, like me, I have this one journal that I open up every year, and I keep the same notes over and over again, and so I know.
Well, because I'm one of those that has multiple books, because I'm here and there everywhere. It's better for me to put on I love spreadsheets. It's better for me to put it on a spreadsheet and put all the details on it, like my son does. When he showed me his spreadsheet, that just blessed my soul. Chain.
Which one? You always talk like you have.
When it comes to anything flowers or anything seed, it's the youngest.
Yeah, but the oldest one is could be a spreadsheet guy as far as
Oh, he created a whole program he's the engineer. He created a whole program to help the job that he was actually leaving. and he crunched himself with the crunch time. He got it done. I'm thinking they could have paid you for that. I said, put your name on it. Put your name on it permanently and have it saved so they can't take your name off of it. He didn't do it. But I mean, just so everybody knows that you created the spreadsheet, no one else, he didn't do it. Yeah.
Yep.
I've had plenty of people in my lifetime take credit for things that I've done, is why I told him to do it that way. But
I hear you, and I know exactly what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see. What did I want to share out of this book before we leave? Because I keep saying we're leaving early, but now it's already 47 minutes in.
Did you say hi to Holly already?
I did.
Okay, just making sure. It must have been on again, off again.
Oh, I meant to say, I was going to say praise the Lord like she did, but so when it comes to his ring finger, did I forget any parts? Oh, after ring finger, it's you're praying for his side, and then you're praying for his sexuality, and then it's legs, knees, and feet. Ooh. But under the forgiveness, it says, bear with each other and forgive whatever grievances you may have against one another. Forgive as the Lord forgave you, Colossians 3:13. And that was the scripture. And then the prayer says, Lord, fill my husband and me with mercy and grace so that we will be kind and compassionate and quick to forgive each other, just as you have forgiven us. Enable us to forgive each other completely, not fishing out offenses from the deepest of seas into which you have tossed them, or rewriting offenses on the pages where you have erased them. Wow. And that was under forgiveness that I read today. Yeah. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share. So we'll end there today. People, thank you for watching. And for those who are going to be watching replay, you can put pound replay in the comment section, and we would totally appreciate you. And from what I also know from past is that people will be jumping in and out. You just can't see them. So as we end every week, thank you for watching. I do have that anthology that's going to be coming out if you're over the age of 50. It's Aging Over 50 Very Well. And to close it out, we say peace. love, and blessings. Thank you so much, guys. We appreciate you for popping in and out. Whatever you have to do, we totally appreciate whatever you give us. All right. So until next week, bon
Thank
voyage,
you.
arrivederci,
Adios. Hasta luego.
bye.
Hasta la vista.
All of the above.
All the above.
All right. Bye, bye, guys. Share.